Well, all right. All right. Anyway, I'm going to try this week to not get a copyright strike from the intro. Evidently, I'm getting copyright strikes every week. Who knows? From a stupid whistling thing. Whatever. All right. Anyway, hey, it's Ryan. Welcome to Making It Up As We Go. It's episode 51. There's a herd of horses above me. And we're here. We're at it. Let's go to it. First, we're gonna bring in Mr. There's another Paul in the wall. What's going on, Mr. Corliss?
Yeah, put a brick in the wall.
Yeah, there you go. And then we got Mr. Sean.
Good evening.
What's going on, sir? Good deal.
Oh, loving the evening.
Yeah. Paul Jr. Is on the road at the moment, so he won't be joining us this evening, but we hope he makes it home safely. So good times. Yeah, so evidently I've been getting copyright strike every week for the whistling. Who knows? Whatever. I don't get it. Whatever. Anyway, I don't even know where I got the whistling thing from. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Paul, how you doing this week?
Hey, I'm doing great, and I have a question.
Yeah.
I just saw down in the description that we're on our way to 150,000 viewers.
Yeah.
Or subs.
Yeah, subs.
I didn't think we had that many. I thought we were working on 140,000.
Well, we're eating 150,000 subs.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. We don't have that many subscribers. Subs meaning submarine sandwiches. So
in other words, we're going to grow, not the channel.
Yes, and now you have proof of that. Yes. So it's I have eaten 100,000 subs. I'm on my way now to 150,000 subs. Jersey Mike's be damned.
Yeah, there's so many. Do you have Firehouse subs down there?
Yeah, we have Firehouse too.
Oh,
and
boy, those are.
Yeah, they're good. Oh man, which one did I have that I really like from them? Maybe it was like their buffalo chicken one or something like that. It was a pretty tasty sub. So good times. Yeah. Well, have you been working on anything this week, Paul?
Working on staying out of trouble.
Hey, that's better than I'm doing.
That's about it.
That's all right. Sean's been busy enough for the both of us, it sounds like.
Yes, he has.
Yeah. Show us some of the stuff you've been working on this week, Sean.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Oh, where's that switch over? Oh, I moved things around, and here we go.
Look at that.
That thing is amazing.
It's a nice size. Somebody said in the chat, because I've been slowly putting this out on my Facebook page, so you can actually watch the progress of the build. And I agree. When you look at it, it's hard to judge the size of it. Okay, yeah, it could be HO. Definitely not N, but when you think of garden, it's a large size train. So once I put this picture up, now you get a good idea of it. Filled the laser. I literally utilized the full size of the laser on this build.
So is that a representation of a actual building, or is that just a did you make that building up?
This one here it's basically made up. I didn't take any. Whoops, hold on a sec. My bad. Give me a sec. Sorry about that. It's based off of like the early 1900s with the capstones over the windows and the window sill. And the idea was to make it a furniture factory. So on one side, let's see if I can find a good. So on one side you'll have. Let's see if can you see my mouse? Yeah, an entrance that's actually inside the building. Let's see. And then you can have two cars on the outside, so you'd have loading and unloading of your product into the building.
Cool.
So now the whole gist of it, though, is on the layout is now it's a working layout. So you can take and drop off your cars here and then pick up the loaded cars and deliver them to another facility on the layout.
Oh, wow.
And let's see if I can find some. There we go.
That's cool.
So pretty much everything is like these parts, the doors, the windows, that's all 3D printed. So I designed that up in, actually I started in Corel, then I took it over to Fusion, then 3D printed the windows and all that good stuff. Turned out really nice.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that printer. I love it. That thing is just, it's a beast. What else? Let's go backwards here. I'm going in a circle. There we go. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
My whoops. We'll get to that. My fan went out on my laser. Now, mind you, it's been sitting up here, so it gathered a little bit of dust. A nice thing is I was able to clean it all up and pulled the fan out. It's been running for 12 years now.
Yeah.
And when I pulled the fan out, it needed a little cleaning on the inside, but a little piece of wood, just a small piece of wood, got sucked up into it. And then when I tried to restart it, it wedged in. So I thought the fan died. Luckily, it was that was it, just a little piece of scrap.
Huh.
So that kind of saved the day. See if I can get another 12 more years out of it.
Oh, is that what can you see? Is that what we're seeing right in the middle of the underside there? Is that the wood? Or is that just a piece of wood?
Oh no! That's just a piece of wood. This is
Okay.
on the motor itself. It was inside the squirrel fan.
Oh, wow. Man.
But
Putting her to work.
Yes, I am. And let's see.
Oh.
Now, one of the guys that picked up one of the modules from me, this is what he put on it. He designed and created this really nice diorama, and apparently he won. Let's see, it's kind of hard to see in this one. Can you see? Yeah, there we go.
I'll blow you up a little bit. There you go.
He actually at the train show, he won the N Scale Enthusiast Award, Arcado Award, which is really cool.
Yeah.
It blows me out of the water to see some of the things that these guys are putting on the modules. I can't even come close to that. Not yet. But it's so cool to see. I love it when the guys send me the pictures of what they've done with the module.
Yeah. I like the billboard there. Three Stooges. That's pretty awesome. Man, that was really well done.
Yeah.
Very
So
cool.
it's been a fun week. There was a train tour, a garden railway tour that happened today, and downfall is I missed it, but I had so many other things I had to take care of that kind of took priority. But I can't wait to see pictures. I'm pretty sure the club will have some videos and stuff on them.
Awesome. Very cool. Very awesome. Come on, you. Do what you're supposed to do. Computers are stupid. Anyway, all right. I'll forget that one. All right. Well, cool. Well, for me, it's been a busy week, but I haven't been really making a whole lot of stuff yet. I did get like out where the CNC and all that is because it's been so hot, and we still have more birdhouses to make. We had to. I cleaned up some down here so that I could bring the chop saw and all that into the basement and be able to finish the rest of these little guys down here, so that we can get them delivered. So I was working on that and stuff, and then I was also working on as I've been telling everybody, I've been getting ready to start offering the Mag Air Series 1 for some of the laser cutters. And so I did spend some time, and I came up with a logo and stuff like that. So here's what it looks like. I thought it turned out pretty cool. So it's I use like a Star Wars font. I don't know, it just looked cool. And then like the circle that is going around it, that's actually the ring that has the magnets in it. That's where I got that. So I thought that was pretty neat.
That is
Pretty
a cool
good idea
design.
anyway. So yeah, that's that ring there. So that's what it looks like. So pretty neat. I thought it was an inventive way to do it. And came up with a decent logo, I think. So I did that. And then did I tell you guys about what happened, like the crap that I was dealing with last week with solar stuff? I think I did.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was very miserable about it.
Was your lucky day?
Yeah. Well, in talking to the wife, it was like, look, I've been doing this for 12 years. I've been running my company, and the process of me getting panels every week, every time I get panels from somewhere or equipment, whatever it is they come here with their truck, they drop it off into the driveway, and then I have to undo everything and move it by hand to wherever it's got to go. And I don't have any equipment that would just do that. Well, and I think that is kind of what happened with the panels last week, was because I had to load them up manually into the trailer and all that. Maybe they weren't strapped tight enough or something. I don't know. But in transport, I had a bunch of them break, and it cost me thousands of dollars. I mean, I'm literally now paying this customer to be able to finish this installation because
Ouch.
it cost me so much money to rebuy stuff that I shouldn't really had to rebuy if I had the proper thing. So we were sweating, and so we got into the pool the other night, and I happened to pull up my favorite place in the world, Facebook Marketplace.
Marketplace.
Yep. And then so yesterday I came home with another EV, another old EV, and it's green. And so it matches my old car, my Zeely, you know, it's green. So here it is. I got myself a Clark TW20, little electric forklift, and I got to clean her up. She's really dirty, but overall not in bad shape. The batteries are rough, but they're still holding some charge. I was looking at them today, and I went and they were low on water. So far I've put 2 gallons of distilled water into them.
Oh, wow.
And I think I need another gallon to finish the other cells. So yeah, they were pretty low on the acid inside there. So I'm hoping that by refilling them, it'll help revive them a little bit. Because it doesn't, you know, it was on the guy's trickle charger when I picked it up, and it had enough juice to get itself like out to the trailer, but couldn't get onto the trailer, stuff like that. And yeah, so the batteries are kind of wonky, but if nothing else, the batteries will still stay in there. And I do have some lithium cells that I could make up a small 24 volt pack that would make this thing run around the yard for a little bit, or run around the driveway.
Cody said to put a solar panel on top.
I would actually do that to help trickle charge it or whatever, but the wife doesn't want it outside, so it's got to go into a garage. So it won't be sitting out in the sun like that once I fix the brakes, because right now it also has no brakes. So, but I got it for $900. I thought that was a smoking deal for it. Especially
with the charger.
It doesn't have a charge. Well, it has a trickle charger. Like nothing's good. Nothing proper that will work for this thing. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good deal for. I mean, scrap is probably $900.
Oh yeah,
little sucker's heavy. I think I tacoed my in-laws' trailer a little bit. So I need to look at that some more tomorrow. If it was a 4-wheel one, I don't think it would have been so much of an issue. But with the 3 wheels, you got a couple thousand pounds in one spot, and I think it kind of bent the back of the trailer down a little bit because like it has 2 gates, and there were 2.5 inches apart or so. I tell my wife this is a foot. So, but at the top they're touching, so it definitely kind of. Every time I borrow something from my father-in-law, it gets jacked up, and I don't want to buy him any more stuff. I don't want to buy him a trailer for sure. But anyway, so I gotta fix that and get it back over to him. But yeah, is she green? Yeah,
that is cool.
Yeah,
Permit.
Yeah, so it'll be pretty neat to mess around with and get cleaned up. I just trying to wash some of it. I was like spraying it with some degreaser and stuff, and just wiping it down, and it was making a massive difference in the way it looked. I was like, wow, that's pretty wild. So good times.
Cool. Fine.
So tomorrow I got to get it into the garage. I got a charger on it right now. Tried to desulfate the half of the batteries. And then tomorrow I'll go get another gallon of distilled water, and I'll throw it in there and desulfate the other side and see if it brings it back to life a little bit. And if it doesn't, I have some lithium batteries that I can put a BMS on, and we'll make it run around that way. But goal right now is just to get it to drive back into the garage so that I can work on the brakes and stuff and not be out in the direct sunlight. So fun times.
Yeah. Make the wife happy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. It would make the wife happy. So, but yeah, I'm pretty excited about it though. It's old. You can tell it's old. Yeah. I don't know what year it's from. But you can tell it's old because it was definitely made for smaller people than me. Yeah. Because that steering wheel is right in my gut. There's no tilt. Now, when I was picking it up, I was telling the guy, I was like, man, this reminds me of the time I got to drive a Kuba wagon. What a Kuba wagon is, it's an old Volkswagen. It's the German military Jeep from World War II.
Oh, a thing.
It looks like a thing, but it's actually completely different. But that's where they got the inspiration from. The inspiration was from the Kuba wagon. But I had a friend back in the day that had one, and we had to move it. And so he was like, you want to drive it? And I was like, duh. Yeah. I got a chance to drive one of these things. Yes, I'm going to take that. And I couldn't drive it because the Germans in the 40s were so small that I couldn't move the steering wheel. And that was probably 60, 70 pounds ago. I mean, like that was a while ago. And I still couldn't drive that damn thing. So it gave me some flashbacks of that. But, yeah, pretty funny though. Oh yeah. from tiny car. Yep, that's me. I like very small, tiny green cars. The funny thing too is that the next tiny car that I want to get is called a Corbin Sparrow. It's a 3-wheeled micro electric car that they made in the early 2000s. And there's actually a green one that's for sale right now. I can't afford that though. I can't afford it. it would be so awesome to have, though. I really want one. And having a green one would be really neat. But anyway, fun times. Let's see here. Oh, Harry Ragland got a 2021 Mini Cooper EV. Oh, very cool. Very cool, Harry.
I didn't know the minis were making EVs.
Yeah, they had some. The nice thing is that Harry won't have to deal with the engine issues that the gas powered minis have. So, pretty crazy. All right, well let's get moving here, and we'll start yapping about some of the cool stuff that's out there. Before we get going, remember our buddy Cody has jennybits.com out there. Please go and support our buddy Cody, because he supports us, and it's really awesome of you if you buy your bits from him, because they are awesome, almost as awesome as Cody himself. So he's got the new Zero Flute Jenny, the O Jenny.
The O.
Yeah, so we were able to give one of those away last week, and that was really awesome of Cody to let us do. So go out there and support those that support us, because it is the way that things happen. So, and
you definitely won't be disappointed with his bits.
Definitely not.
Made in the US. No. Made by Cody here in the US.
Yep.
Not shipped in, not resold.
I've heard that he licks every one.
No.
Right out of the machine. Got to test it out.
I don't know. You see how short those bits is?
Yeah.
Bits are. Yes. My grammar sucks. And they have a little snake tongue.
Pulls it out there. Good times. All right, well, let's get moving here. The first video we'll talk about videos. We're going to talk about a bunch of the videos that came out this week. If you want to check them out, there are links to them in the description. If you go watch them and you find it interesting, you want to go watch them, put in their comments that you saw it, that we referred you to them, just because it will help the channel grow, and we appreciate that. Let's see here. So the first one is Jeff Geerling. He went to Open Source, and here, let me move us around a little bit so that we're not all blocked off there. He went to Open Source and was able to make a Pies dispenser. Yeah. Giant Pez dispenser that did some Pez or Pie Picos. I thought that was pretty cool. He went through a whole bunch of iterations of it, trying to get it to work properly. And it looks like he barely made it, but was able to give it all away there at Open Source. And what did he do? He gave away 480 Raspberry Pi Picos. Yeah. And those things are like $10 a piece. So he was giving away like $5,000 worth of stuff. So pretty awesome. But you gotta love Pez dispensers. Yeah. I like that. Like it had the little ones. Yeah, it had the little Raspberry Pi logo on top of them and all that good stuff. So pretty neat. And he talks about all the different things that he had to go through to make it work. He kept on going, well, I'm on some list now, because he was buying AR-15 magazine springs and stuff for the springs for him, and all this other stuff. It was pretty funny, but it worked, and it looked like Open Source was a pretty good time. I haven't really watched a whole lot of videos on Open Source, but looks like fun. Excuse me. Good times. But yeah, go check that out. Then we got Mr. Dave Gatton. Mr. Gatton put this video out a day or so ago, but then also he put one out today, this morning, I believe. And so that one was he made picture frames for his dog and his past dog. Cool. Yeah, they turned out really good. It's always fun to use the CNC to do things that are a little more, make it seem a little more complicated, but it's so precise. Like you don't have to worry about it.
I love how he said take something complicated or take something simple and make it complicated.
Yeah, but it cannot be complicated because
No.
everything fits. Everything's exactly what you have. I always have problems making frames because of the
Square.
not everything's getting square, or the 45-degree angle isn't 45 degrees and all that good stuff. So, but when you use the CNC, it's exactly what you tell it to be. So, but in this video, Mr. Gatton got a notice from Nemo Labs because he's been doing more videos on that than the $10,000 machine that machine sitting on top of. And they told him to give away, or that they would give away 80 of the dust shoes. So it's real simple to do it. And Sean already got his.
Oh yeah, it showed up today.
Wow. That's awesome.
It's a neat little dust shoe.
Yeah.
It really, really is.
Yeah. So thanks to Dave for doing that. So if you haven't asked Nemo Labs for one, just send them the email on it, because it will show support for our buddy Dave. And tell them that if you don't want one, I'm assuming they've given away the 80 at this point. But just send them an email and say, hey, I saw Dave's video. Just wanted to let you know I saw it, and thanks.
They might send you one.
Yeah. You never know. They might still send you one. So I sent my email in for it, and they did send me an email back and said, hey, thank you. We're sending one out for you. So I'm guessing maybe this week we'll see one. But very cool. I'm really surprised that you got yours that fast.
So that's 2 days?
Yeah. That's pretty wild.
Okay, so their warehouse has got to be real close to me.
Yeah. Something. So pretty crazy.
Couple people in the chat said they got theirs today.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Troy got his. Mike Height, you got one? Nice. Look, Troy's been on a roll this past week. Got Jenny Bit last week. Got Dust Shoe this week. I wonder what he's going to get next week.
All he needs is another machine to put the two together.
Yeah. Very cool. Let's see here. Anyway, so very cool. So support our buddy Dave, and go watch the video and follow the directions to send over to Nemo Labs. If we keep sending stuff to their email, they'll know that Dave's a good guy to work with, and they'll send him more stuff to do more videos on. So get on it. So, that one we're going to skip for a moment, because I think that one we're going to yap about for a while. So we'll go here to this one. So Justin Laser. This one was just put out like in the last 24 hours. Man, this thing makes you want a fiber laser, doesn't it?
Bad.
That looks so good. So he takes he did an AI image of a Viking with skulls and whatever, and made it, and it gave him that output. So he took that and added some writing or random letters to the outside of it, and then lasered it onto a brass coin. And man, it looks awesome. What do you say? It took like an hour to laser that thing. Like it was just going over and over on it, and then he like antiqued it and stuff like that. So it turned out pretty awesome. I really dig what he did. So very cool. The laser, the fiber laser. Who I know we have some people out there that have fiber lasers. I think JR has one.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember who else has one. Somebody, I know at least one other person has one out there, but I can't remember who it is right offhand.
JR's the only one I can think of.
Yeah. But yeah, fiber lasers are pretty neat. My big thing with them is that you just can't do big. You know, I mean, they're by the way they're designed, you got to kind of keep to a small footprint. But yeah, it's pretty neat. That would be a cool coin to give out or whatever. If you had the time.
Original too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty neat. But I don't know. Taking an hour to do one coin, that's a long time. But I mean, if you're doing like a group of them for somebody or whatever, I mean, I guess you're hitting the button and walking away from it while it does its thing. But it's pretty crazy. But I dig it. I thought it was pretty neat. I like the process of going through it. So,
if a company offered me one, I would say no.
Nope, I wouldn't either. I'd really try to play with it and make it do something. Yeah, look at that thing. That's a crazy laser right there. That's not something you just buy off of Amazon.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's a real deal right there. That is a real deal one. So, but anyway, all right, we'll move on then. Micronics. We were talking about Micronics last week, a lot last week, and they've responded, not to us, but to the other folks that were getting their machines, including Stranger Design or Stranger. Oh, well, I missed it. I had it listed on here before, but the one guy that did not have a positive experience with his machine, and so they respond to all their criticisms and what they're working on and what they're changing. The one guy, I can't remember his name. It's not that guy. It's that guy in the middle on the right. No, he's on the left. It changes. But, he evidently has a bed that's there in the office and he never makes it. If you're making a video about your product and all that, and you have a bed in your office, make the damn bed, dude. Like, just make the bed. That's all you got to do. You're taking the. All right, the Kickstarter. I looked at it yesterday, so I'm sure it's changed from today. The Kickstarter is currently at $1.3 million.
Wow.
There is 10 people out there that are buying 3 of them at a shot. So make your bed, dude.
Yes.
Make your bed. That was one thing that was driving me nuts. It's like, I don't, or take the camera and go like this. There you go. Don't see the bed no more.
It's like this one. You'll see this, but you're not going to see over there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they go through and talk about all the issues that people had. The containers breaking, which they were just saying it was because they put the container of the nylon stuff, the powder, they're putting that into the bucket when they were shipping it to try to make it a smaller box, and from it banging around in shipment is why they were saying that they were broken. But they've changed the design. They're changing the design of the buckets. They are changing several things, all the things that people had issues with. They told people that you shouldn't bring the cake out of the machine like Joel did, just freely, just that. Right. You're not supposed to do that. So, whatever. But anyway, so yeah, so they were addressing all the issues. So I thought that was pretty good of them to do it. And I mean, as everybody knows, you get multiple stories. The truth lies somewhere in the middle.
Yep.
But man, they really tried to hammer that dude. They were like, what were some of the things they were saying about that guy?
I missed that one.
Oh yeah, they were talking about how he didn't. Well, yeah, they asked for the machine back. They're like, yeah, well, he didn't even open the machine for 3 weeks after he got it. And he doesn't have time to do anything with the machine until he does, and then he has some problems with it, and we don't have time to get it all fixed or something like whatever it was. But yeah, they were kind of throwing it back at him. But so I mean, really, the truth lies somewhere in between. There he is. Look at the bed. Look at the bed.
Gotcha.
It's a Murphy bed, dude. You just flip it up into the wall and it's gone. That's all you got to do. But see college kids today. Jiminy Christmas. No, but anyway, yeah. So it'll be interesting. We'll keep an eye on their on the Kickstarter. They got 20 days left to go at this point because I got this picture off of there yesterday. We'll see what it gets to. I mean, I'm wondering if it'll go to 1.5. It probably will.
I bet you it will.
I don't doubt it at this point.
I mean, theoretically, for home use, if you have the proper place to put it, it's a really cool idea. I mean,
yeah,
you're bringing a high-end product to the consumer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it's pretty neat. I mean, I think it'll be really interesting to keep an eye on and see how it continues. It's not a machine I would want personally, but that's not because of who's making it or anything. It just looks like it's a big pain in the butt to deal with that powder and crap, and I'm too impatient for that. I like just going over there, pulling the plate out and going plop, and then it's off and I'm off and running. It makes life so much easier. But if you have a need to have that style machine, that's going to be a really good deal for people. So good times. Good times. All right. Well, moving on then. STL Woodworks. There, woodworking. Good old Greg. He did a good video yesterday on making a clock, a CNC clock. And I mean, I think Walnut has to be the YouTuber woodworker's favorite wood ever. Just about every YouTube woodworker on YouTube uses uses walnut all the time. It's a good looking wood. I mean, I'm not giving it any crap, but I'm just saying it's just kind of funny. Everybody makes everything out of walnut, but it's a cool looking clock. I dig it.
Personally, I like walnut because it doesn't give you all the fuzzies. It's a hard wood. It's a beautiful wood when you stain it.
Oh yeah. So it's awesome. Very awesome. So Greg had a good project. It was nice. I like how he explained in this one. He explains how he cut it out because like when Paul went and got the clock from the thrift store the other week, you got to cut a recess into a machine, into a project to put that thing into. And so the way he does it is Greg carved it upside down. So it was all done from one side, and it turned out good. I think it's a cool clock. So good job, Greg. Good job, buddy. Good stuff. All right, moving on then. Earlier we were we were talking about Justin Laser with the fiber laser. So that kind of goes into this one. So Kyle over there at Spicer Designs got the new X-Tool F1 Ultra. And it's a pretty cool machine. I dig it, because it's not just a fiber laser. It also has a diode laser in it too. So you can do, small wood cutting stuff, or you can do the metal stuff too. So I thought that was pretty neat. X-Tool seems to be the game changer these days. At least in the last year or so, they've been coming out with some really good looking product. And look at all the stuff they gave them for the material pack. It's like 30 different pieces of, things that you could use on that laser. And he tries them all out. So very cool. He shows a ring that you can do like the inside or the outside of the ring, and keychains and all kinds of stuff. So pretty cool.
Dog tags.
But yeah, that X-Tool, good for them. They are going after it. So it pretty soon it might be hard to catch up to them, with all the different lasers that they have and are coming out with and stuff. They people like you haven't heard anything new from Glowforge since they came out
for a long time.
That diode laser last year. Yeah, but that's all they got. But then you have X-Tool coming out with all kinds of stuff every other month. I don't know is that a good idea, do you think? Coming out with stuff as fast as they do?
Well, they're not afraid.
Sure gets
They're
their
not
name
afraid
out.
of testing things.
Yeah, it does. But like, if let's just say you just bought one of their lasers, one of the fiber lasers that they came out with like 2 months ago, and now they're coming out with the F1 Ultra that has the fiber and the diode in it, and it's like, damn it, I should have had that. If I would have known, I would have waited 2 months. But I don't know. It's a cool looking machine though. I think they're killing it. So,
in one aspect, it's no different than me with the K1 Max here. I found out they're coming out with the K2 just after I bought it. But theoretically, I love this machine.
Yeah.
I won't give it up for anything. And I'm not going to lie. I like to see a machine out on the market for a little bit.
Oh yeah. Let them get some of the kinks out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, because when the K1 came out, there was quite a bit of issues that they were having with it. But now, when anybody that gets one, they're rock solid. So being an early adopter does have its privileges and curses.
Not true.
Yep. So, but yeah. If you haven't watched any Spicer Design stuff, Kyle's a good guy. He does a good job. He doesn't just do laser stuff. He does. He has a couple different. Well, he has a bunch of the X-Tool lasers, I think, at this point. But he also has CO2 lasers. He has a plasma CNC. And then he also does like some homesteading stuff. He's got like some Chinese excavator from Kimron or something like that, and he uses them around the house. He just came out with a video the other day, or might have been today or yesterday, whatever it was. And that one was about using one of the excavators doing cutting logs. So it's a little bit of a variety, but they're good, and he's entertaining. So go give them a shout. So, so now, all right. So this guy or this channel, all right, look at this channel name. I can't say that. I don't know what that is. There's too many consonants together. I don't know what Gert.
Oils.
Yeah, I don't know. But Yeah, his name's Gert, and Gert just made a 3D printed surfboard. This is pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Like he's printing them all out on his Prusa printer, a little bit at a time, and is having a good time with it. He gets it all together and then fiberglasses over it. I can't remember if he said that he used PETG. I think he would have. Maybe I need to go back and watch it again to see what he says about it. But I was interested because the reason I think it was PETG was because he's doing fiberglass over it. And I would be really concerned that if it was PLA, it would deform from the resin and stuff like that. But it's pretty neat.
I could see PETG or PLA. ABS, I could see where it might melt the filament or soften it.
I would say that I was thinking that it would do that with the PLA.
Yeah. Well, once you got the glass on it, I could see it not deforming because now it's rigid. But you know, if anything, it's cool. That is just
cool. It's so cool. Like it's like transparent and stuff. I think if he did it again, there's a couple changes that he would probably make because when he actually surfs it there at the end, it does get some water inside of it, and he found where the water was getting in at is by the fins, where the fins attached to. There was a hole there or something, and there was some water that got inside the board. So, but I mean, it's so neat. He said it wasn't very fast. It was pretty slow to surf, but I don't know what that reasoning would be. What makes a surfboard fast or not?
Shape, design. You know, what was cool is when I lived out in California, there's a guy who lived about 4 houses down, and that's all he did was make surfboards.
Yeah.
And I'd go hang out and just watch him make them. It was so cool to see.
Yeah, I've what was it? What was that movie? Was it Dogtown?
I'm not sure.
Something like that, where 70s California, where they're skateboarding in the pools, empty pools because of the droughts and stuff. But they were showing a lot of making surfboards and stuff like that at that point. But it's pretty neat. That's it looks so cool though, like being transparent and just being able to see the lattice structure on the inside. And he had to fix a couple spots. But pretty neat, cool idea.
Yeah.
Lots of fun to do. I hope he fixes it and goes back out and shows it again. Or just hangs it on a wall.
Yeah.
But my question was, how heavy is it compared to a traditional foam surfboard? Like, I wonder if it's any heavier or lighter.
I bet it's comparable. If you think about it, because of all the air, the only thing you're doing is just the lattice work.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of my thought too, was that it would be pretty comparable. But he doesn't mention that inside there, and I thought that would be kind of important to know, like for that size surfboard, how heavy should it be compared to what it is or what a traditional board is. But cool thought, pretty awesome surfing it. So good job, Gert. I'm not even going to try to say that channel name. Nope.
But the link is down below.
But the link is there. So we'll move on to teaching tech. I love watching this channel. He's a good dude. I think we've talked about him a bunch of times. But he goes into kind of a deep dive on compliant mechanisms and talks about how they work and all that in 3D printing, and shows a bunch of examples of it and what makes it good and what you should consider when you use them in designs and stuff like that. There's the Mark Rober Nerf blaster. There's clamps and all kinds of other stuff in here that uses the compliant mechanism to you know, 3D print.
Or so Nerf blaster. Now I printed the Nerf blaster. It's a fun little. I don't know. A little Nerf gun.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty neat print and place design, and how it all functions is pretty neat. I dig it.
There it is.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah. But anyway, he does a really good job of the explanation of it. And he was talking about the one type of compliant mechanism. Oh man, I can't remember what the name of it was. But anyway, This Old Tony just did a video about that type of mechanism. It's like the blue clamp that's right here. I forget what that type of clamp is called. But This Old Tony does a really good video on that like just maybe 2 weeks ago. And so if you haven't watched This Old Tony's, you should go watch that one too. So This Old Tony's a good guy. I like him. He's funny. So, all right. Well, moving on. Uncle Jesse. He's not baking brownies. He's baking prints. Baking resin prints. Have you ever tried this, Sean? Baking a resin print?
Not a resin print.
Yeah. So I guess that's what, I mean, it's supposed to make them stronger and stiffer. I've never done any resin printing, so I don't, it didn't really make any sense to me.
Well, he also used a few different resins while doing it. And a couple of them were really brittle after the fact.
Yeah.
Some of them that were flexible turned out really nice.
Yeah.
Like
and
the
airless ball like bounced pretty good for a while there too, until it didn't. No. But yeah, pretty neat. I think that's a good science experiment on seeing how stuff worked or what is better for whatever it is that you're printing. And pretty cool. I always enjoy watching Uncle Jesse. Yeah. Nice dude. I got to meet him last year. All right. But anyway, yeah. If you like resin stuff, go do it. Then we also have Vectric. They do a walkthrough on making a retro candy dispenser. It's a long video. I mean, it's 45 minutes. So this guy, I've never watched this guy before on Vectric's stuff. Really, I don't watch very much of Vectric, but this one popped up and I was interested in it. But I got a lot to say about this guy. One, is he Canadian and lives in Europe now? Anybody know? You ever watch him, seen him do anything before?
Yeah, but I don't know if he's Canadian or what.
Well, he does make mention of being in the UK, but some of his words were, I was like, that's completely Canadian. Because he says a boot. And I was like, oh, that's Canadian. But I guess I'm watching too much Pat McAfee during the week, and he's had a bunch of the hockey guys on, and so many of them are Canadian, and you get caught in the lingo, and then you start picking it up when other people say it. But
that or watching South Park.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Rob Hampton says yes, he's Canadian.
Okay, all right. So I did pick up on that properly. He's a Canadian in the UK. So, but yeah, it's a cool project. All right. So, but the for real thing to be talking about here is I really, really appreciated that they didn't design this thing in Aspire. They did it in Cut 2D. And because you can do anything in Cut 2D, you can do on any of them. And I really appreciated that, because you see so many people out there that are showing you their design process on something, and they're using levels but way above what you own. Like, and they may not realize it at that time that you can't do things in Cut 2D that you can in Aspire, or stuff on desktop, pro desktop, that you can in Aspire or whatever. I thought that was really, really awesome that they were showing you from the base level how to do it. And so it made me want to start using my VCarve, which I still haven't used.
That's a great program to use.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it definitely is. The one thing I saw in there that I don't know if it's a new thing or if it's been in there for a while, but he was like showing how he was cutting some of the segments out of the drawing. Like, it was just like a little pair of scissors, and it would snip that piece of the drawing out. And I was like, that's what I want. I've always wanted that in all kinds of drawing software that I've used, because you're trying to like combine stuff or do whatever, and you can never get it to work right. It takes 20 minutes to get the right setting to get it to subtract whatever you want from the other thing. And with that, you were just click, 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 whatever lines are you don't want, you just get rid of them, and you're left with one flat surface. And I dug that. I thought that was really cool. So maybe this week I'll open up VCarve desktop that's sitting on my computer, and I'll do the retro candy maker. I mean,
well, the cool thing is you can design things in VCarve too. Well, no different than some of Dave's videos, Dave Gatton.
Yeah.
He does a lot of his work in VCarve and then brings it over and runs it on the laser.
Yeah, it's true. Very true.
So dual purpose, you don't have to use it strictly for CNC routing.
Yeah. Very good. So anyway, I enjoyed it, and I was very grateful for them to do it the way they did.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we got one more we got to talk about. All right.
The elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room that was from this week is this Concept Crafted Creations. I love the thumbnail showing a Gatling gun coming out of a police robot. So he doesn't really go into any real depth of designing this robot thing. So the backstory on this thing is that the guy lives on a pretty busy road, and people go speeding by it all the time. And so he tried to put out one of the little yellow signs that had the little kid saying, "Hey, slow kids at play," or something like that. And it didn't do anything. So he designed this robot that's I think is kind of questionable as far as in the legalities of having this thing out on the street for multiple reasons. But anyway,
I mean, theoretically, I love it.
I love the thought process on it.
There you go.
Yeah,
I want to put one in front of my house.
Yeah, right. I guess so. He put like some sensors right down the street on both sides, so it's reading the speed of the cars. So it'll tell you, if, hey, slow down, or you're doing a good job, and it'll turn. And when you're going fast, there he is. He's pointing to the gun that's coming out of the chest. Look at that. And so what it's firing is like paint water, and that's one of the big legality things I think is not good. Like, you should not be shooting anything at motor vehicles going by. I mean, regardless if it's water or paint water. I mean, somebody goes flying off the road because it scares the crap out of them, regardless if they're doing 70 miles an hour past your house, they're going to sue the crap out of you.
At least here. Apparently it's different over in the UK.
Maybe. Well, also it like on the chest plate of the robot, it says police. Like here, you can't do that. That's impersonating a police officer, even if it's a plastic robot. But the whole design and all that behind in this little thing was pretty awesome. See, I want to know what's up with that car. That car that they were just showing, I want to know what was up with that because it said, because now he's turning around. So is that dude just like checking it out? Or did it shoot the paint at him and he's ticked off?
You're going to go find the maker.
Yeah, because I tell you what, if that thing shot paint at my car, I would get out with a baseball bat and I would smash the bejesus out of that thing. I would take a swift knock right at that thing. But it's very cool. I would really like to have heard more about his design process on it and stuff like that. But I think just telling people, hey, you're slowing down, that's great, or you're doing a good speed, or hey, slow down, would have been enough. You don't need to be brandishing a Gatling gun coming out of a robot and firing things at people going by.
Oof.
So yeah, I mean, could you imagine like that would spray on somebody's car and they freak out and yank the wheel and go crashing into another car or into a house or something like that. I mean, that's no bueno. Yeah, that guy on the bike is pissed because he got sprayed. No. Oh, yeah. Pretty funny though. The light, the eyeballs light up different colors if it's. Oh yeah, the red and blue. Yeah, in the U.S. that would be a problem because you can't.
I don't know about stationary. You can on your vehicle.
Yeah. Well, I think even stationary. I think it would be a problem. But pretty. I mean, find out. Very cool robot. He did a great job with it. I'd be surprised if he's still out there at his house right now.
Might be behind bars.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, could be. I guarantee it's not. I guarantee it's not shooting water at people anymore right now. No. But the whole design process on the thing is really cool. And,
it looks fun as heck too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd print out the robot just to have the robot. I think it'd be kind of cool.
Turn them into a sentry guard. Put them in the corner of your yard.
Yeah.
That way, if anybody walks through the yard, it'll, do its thing.
Pretty wild. So, but yeah. So, well, that's it for this evening. That was the last video. I didn't have a something different video this week. Really didn't get a chance to watch anything strange that I thought would be interesting to people. So none of that this week. But we've gone over by a bit tonight, so I think that's enough. But, well, Mr. Paul, you got anything else for us this evening?
Nope. I'm fresh out of ideas.
I was really hoping you would just disappear through the wall at that moment. I thought that would have been awesome.
Let's see if no,
not quite far enough. What about you, Sean? You got anything for us, buddy?
Just have a wonderful week and a great weekend.
There you go. All right. Well, and for me, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us this weekend. Super appreciate it. If you haven't already, please like the video and all that good stuff. Oh, we definitely appreciate the support. And Lord willing, the creek don't rise. We'll see you next week. Peace out, sauerkraut.